Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. This is going to be a canned intro. This is going to be on quite a few of my earlier videos. Wasn't sure if I was going to put them on YouTube or not, so I figured I'd better put something on the front of the video and something in the end of the video. So it'll be a canned intro, and then I'll record a canned outro, and I'll add them to the ones that I did when I first started doing this. I started making cabs just 3 and 4 at a time, and recording them all. And now going back through it, I'm going to have to shorten that up. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't plan on, I wasn't sure I was going to get any put on YouTube. I had to figure out the editing software and that type of stuff that I needed to get. Bought 2 new cameras, had to figure those out. Had to figure out my equipment because I haven't been doing this very long. So this is going to be the canned intro, and then I'll record the canned intro or exit outro. Thanks for your patience in my video editing incompetence for the time being. I'll get better. I did start. Finally learned how to zoom this camera, which I've got it on a little bit of zoom now, but I didn't know before, and I had it, the first few videos I had it sitting beside my cabin machine, and you couldn't see exactly what I was doing on the wheels because you were looking at them from a right angle to the face of the wheel. And I've since put up a tripod and got a ring light and all that good stuff, and I think I've gotten better at filming them or videoing the stuff, and because there's no film involved. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. I'm going to try to leave them long enough, or leave them full length mostly when I can, because I know I didn't learn as much as I thought I would from the videos I was watching, because they always fast forwarded through the tedious process of grinding the stones down and polishing them, and that was part that I was having to learn on my own: what to take off, how to take it off, where to take it off, what to leave, what not to leave, that kind of stuff, But I figured I'd make some long ones and some short ones, and if you don't like the long ones, I can make a short one out of that long one. So I was going to make short and long out of both, depending on how long the one cab does per video. I'm just going to break them down into one cab, one stone, one cab per video that I do. Some of them I mounted. I've got a few videos I've already just now finished editing, and I started recording in March of last year, and so I've got it, and this is January of 2024, so I've got quite a few videos to catch up on. But like I said, some of those I did put an intro and outro on, so I'm not sure how many videos this is going to be on, but thank you for watching and your patience. And here's the video. Okay, I'm going to work on this one now. It's Jasper agate. I was working on the last video, I was working on the pieces of this Santa Fe, or Lake Superior agate. And I did 2 of those and decided I'd go ahead and do this one here. I kind of like the looks of that. Made it a little thick because the stone wasn't very big to begin with. That's all the bigger the stone is. And I didn't want to have to shave this off, so I just left it on there in case I needed something to. I'm going to kind of round this side off too, kind of make it a rounder stone rather than flat. The last 2 agates I did, or the last 2 stones I did, were slabs off of this agate. And I left them flat on both sides. So I'm going to change it out this time. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but I'm just going to take off everything that don't look pretty, I guess. It's usually the way I do it. I thought I'd turned on my water. Better do that. smooth out some of these rough sides first. See what's underneath it. This is what kind of colors I got. Whether there's any fortification lines or anything like that. How many pits I got to get rid of, grind off. That type of thing. I could cut the rough side of this off, but I'd have to glue this to a piece of wood to put in my vise on my new 10-inch slab saw. Since it's got an auto feed on it, I needed that. It's too shaky. Plus I got astigmatism in one eye, so my depth perception's a little off. Makes it hard to cut slabs of exactly equal width when you're doing it by hand. But with auto feed vise on your saw, so much easier. Some of the kerf marks out of there so I can see if those fractures go through or if they're healed. They look healed because they got rust kind of in between, but that don't mean they're healed. Once you get that smooth, you can see whether there's a gap there or not. Usually. I may not have enough of it off yet. How did that happen? Oh, this was the first stone that I did when it went off there. No, it wasn't. Oh yeah, I think this one's going to be alright. Fractures are healed. That's some pretty good colors all the way through on this side too. Don't like the looks of this. You can see the rust-colored limonite standing underneath all these. This is chalcedony sitting on top of other chalcedony, but it's been chipped out. Oh, I didn't turn my other light on. Makes it a little harder to see, but you can see See the orange underneath there? It looks like it flowed underneath a chip. Some more there. A little bit more there. There's also a crack on that, or a fissure right there. So I'm going to try to get all that limonite out of there, because I just don't care for that. That looks like it might chip off if you dropped it. And I don't want that to happen. I want them to last. They've lasted all this time. I don't want to make them where they're more fragile than they were. That's a bug. Hopefully it's very big. It worked. I just hope there ain't no more hiding in there. This about got them all out. That helped. Oh no, my bug's getting bigger. Okay, I think I got it fairly well shaped. Enough where I can go down to the next stone. Alright. So I don't ship out any more chunks of these lugs. Actually, it's a fracture that's kind of almost healed, but it's got limonite in it. Like I said, it's rusty, and it's, you hit that rust and it leaves a pocket. Opens up, knocks some of the rust out that's still in the stone. I got 1, 2 of those I gotta get out. One here and one here. Well, I'll do that on this 240 grit stone. That way I don't take any chances of busting out any others accidentally. Another bug. Not much of it there though, there's another one there. Okay, I kind of like the way this is turning out. Looks like it's going to be pretty. Got it about shaped. Now I'm going to go down to the knock off the flat sides. Got a few little bugs to work out. I'll turn on some water. Yeah, I think I got them all out, mostly. Some of them might come back with breaking out quartz, because there's a lot of quartz in here. I'm going to get that. A thin layer of chalcedony. Took the scratches and made them pits. Took away most of the scratches, but I left a lot more pits. There was only 3 scratches. Now there's a bunch of pits. Not big pits though. Shouldn't be any big deal. Okay, next wheel. Check this out. I'm machine, make sure I got some grease in that spindle for the shaft. Feels like a little warm there. I knew the motor would be warm, but it shouldn't be. The shaft's not hot, but seems to be some. It could have been from the light. Shine on it. Well, Sean, I can see the fractures in there now. Luckily they're short. I'm sure they don't go all the way through. They're only a quarter of an inch long, the longest one, I think. The rest of it's healed. The only reason why that part didn't heal is because of the limonite, sand, grit, whatever you want to call it. Feels like there's a bump right there. Probably is, it's just hard to, I can feel it, but I can't see it. It's starting to cramp up. My hands. Just about time to call it a day. Hopefully I can get through these next 2 stones. Back a stone here. Looks like I've broke through some crust on something. Probably another one of those thin layers of chalcedony that has druzy under it or something, and it's just looking rough right there. Kind of took what shine was around it, dulled it. Another spot on the other side, I think. Of course, the other side's that flat side, partially flat still. Didn't round it as much as I wanted to, but that's because it would have made the stone look funny. I'd have to lose more edge. I don't know where that splashing was coming from. Shut off the water yet. this stone. There, and it's just going to look, the light's going to look dullish. But I think once I get to these next stones, that might work itself out. What I wanted to do. Don't know. Light. Need to do something about that light. It's cheap. It was so cheap it was free. My sister-in-law gave it to me. She didn't care for it either, but she's actually blind in one eye and not very good vision out of the other. So she's in her 70s, I believe. 72, 73. Somewhere around in there. She was wanting to do crafts, arts and crafts and stuff too, but okay, let's go to the next stone. Dry side, maybe it'll dry better. Stab it. Correct. It's chipped out. By golly, I got 3 or 4 cracks, but it's starting to polish really good too. Wow, that's a good shine. It's because it was wet. It's not a bad shine, but still, not a wet shine yet. Right? It's like bubbles. Going to the next stone, or next wheel. So this got a pretty good shine on it, if I do say so myself already. Until I break it in half, which I didn't, luckily. And the back part. Good, just in time. Not her dead. I don't think there's going to be any light come through this. No. A little on the edges, but you can see it coming in around the Chalcedony, but going down in under the into the Chalcedony from around the Jasper. But I didn't think it was going to be translucent everywhere anyway, because it's Jasper mostly. But it's got a good shine on it. Pretty rock. As ugly as it looked when I picked it up, I just saw the red in it and the white and thought, yep, Jasper agate. Sure enough, that's what it was. Okay, that'll be it for that one. And thanks for watching. Well, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Matt's Rocks, and please like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment, good, bad, ugly. It doesn't matter to me. Any comments I consider criticism, and criticism is good and constructive most of the time. If it's not, you just ignore it, or learn not to do what you're being criticized for. But and I also take any tips you can give me on what I'm doing wrong, what I might be doing right. It's a learning process, and I'm still learning. So thank you, and have a good day.